Here's the story.
Our early morning journey began here on the Pine Ridge Road, the mountains of the Chickabel Forest peering out from beneath the clouds. It is as picturesque an outdoor setting as you will find in Belize. The mountains perfectly framed like shadows, resounding like echoes. And nestled within those mountains, our first stop is here at Tapir Camp, a facility operated by the Friends for Conservation and Development at the entrance to the Chickabel Forest. It is now beefed up by a permanent BDF presence known as a Chickabel Base Joint Enforcement Unit. Gliss Penados is the mission leader. He lays out the 35-kilometer track we'll be taking. The names are from the pages of history: Millonario Camp, Aguacate Camp, Resumedero, all old logging camps from a century ago when logwood was king. Today, though, it's about conservation, and our team is big, 13 people, including 4 soldiers and 1 policeman. Essential personnel for traversing this area frequented by Guatemalan outlaws. An FCD ranger leads our convoy on an ATV, while the soldiers take to an old Batsub Land Rover, and we travel in this battered 1997 Toyota Hilux. Mountain Cow, or El Danto, we will come to call it, for its rugged all-terrain capabilities. And rugged it will be. This map shows the cave system starting at the edge of Belize's territory and ending in Guatemala. And while the map is beguilingly green, on the ground it is murder. These are old logging trails, and their only upkeep is a frequent illegal use by Guatemalan chateros and loggers on their horses, and the FCD on its patrols and expeditions. The mud runs are enormous slogs through thick bogs. And keeping the vehicle under control in a no-traction situation is a feat our driver, Gliss Penados, handles masterfully. But mud isn't the only obstacle. Oftentimes there are fallen trees across the trail, which is why we travel with 2 chainsaws. This is a poisonwood tree. Any of those splinters go in your eyes and you'll end up at the hospital. More than twice, the tree across the road was just too big to slice up, and our team had to cut out a new road. Less than ideal, but workable nonetheless. In this case, the tree was too big, and there was no space to cut a new road on the side, so I went ahead with the equipment on the back of the ATV. Now it's time for the most rugged part of the trail, a hike through the thickest jungle, over and into the cave. The BDF, led by Lance Corporal Kuss, keep a tight escort on the group because everywhere there is abundant evidence that chateros or illegal loggers are in the area. There's fresh horse manure, evidence of multiple chate camps of fairly recent occupation, and across the jungle floor a sickeningly familiar sight, what they call guateplastics. And something else we saw when we visited 13 months ago, trees defaced as an act of ownership, idleness, or territory marking. These chate leaves have been left behind, but only because they are blemished. The BDF stays armed and ready with live rounds and plastic bullets. Why is there a need for such strict observance of the security attachment? Were we in a dangerous area?
Well, I think we have been in contact with chateros recently and all those things. So we have, like, especially with civilians, we have to maintain those personal security and give them that, that, like yourself, so that when you go and do your job or what you went to do, you should feel safe. At the end of the day, you accomplish your mission, you accomplish what you're supposed to do, and we accomplish ours also.
These are remote areas, and we also come in contact with the Guatemalans and doing illegal activities. So the BDF provides support for us, protection in the protection of these areas.
The descent down the side of the cliff is steep and arduous going, and when you get there, the entrance of the cave is another 50 feet down. Tomorrow we'll take you inside to see its many wonders.